And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California. It's bright, it's beautiful, and I'm going to start us out with the 4-hour time frame. We did come very, very close down to our target here at about 25,253, and just wanted to quickly revisit, how do we get to these targets really quickly. I'm going to pull up the Fibonacci tool from a 4-hour perspective from the high to the low, and that'll also be on the daily as well. That was the last major impulsive move off the 4-hour and daily. So when I'm talking about impulsive moves, this is one right here. Right. So as we shot up to that high, then down to this low, and then up to this high, and the next impulsive move down, well, we have been guesstimating somewhere between the 0.5 and the 618, which is coming in right here at 25,305, 24,000. And then if we want to look at it on a weekly perspective from the market high to the market low, the 0.5 and the 618 is between 23.3 and 21.5. So a little bit of a deeper target if the blood in the streets really starts to start. And what do we have right now? We've got the SEC today sued Coinbase on the back of Binance. Looks like they're going after everybody. I saw a speech from Mr. Good old Gary Gensler himself this morning on Bloomberg, and he was talking out of the side of his neck like I've never seen somebody before. Complete hypocrisy. So that's all I'm going to say on that one. And then some of the economic data coming out. We had global services PMI yesterday, came out slightly higher than 50%. Shows the economy still growing, so bullish for the dollar. Tuesday, kind of a nothing day today. I think it was balance of trade. And then we got Wednesday jobless claims, Thursday jobless claims and PMI. And then we've got Friday non-farm payrolls and unemployment. What else did I want to point out? Just quick side note, Sequoia Capital, huge VC company, split into 3 parts, separating its China, India, and United States. So entities for the US, Europe, China, and the Southeast Asia and India. I wonder why they are fragmenting. Is it maybe the nation states are splitting up, people wanting to get out of the U.S. because of the crypto regulations and various strongholds they can put on U.S. citizens? That's to remain to be seen, but I think it's something along that narrative. They're kind of diversifying where their businesses are based on local regulations, and who knows what the banking CBDC laws that are going to come out in the future. Excuse me there. All right. So following up on the last thing I wanted to bring up, Raytool, they're pricing in an 80% chance of a 25 basis point rate. Sorry, 80% chance of a pause, 20%. And I think coming up into the next week, we're going to start to see that thing slide as jobless claims and unemployment come out. And then we've got, I think it's CPI on the 13th, and then the FOMC on the 14th, the rate hike. So yeah, coming in still at a 54. Wow. So that was Monday. Anyways, back into, did I see something else I wanted to show you guys? Open interest, 8.6 billion. So it's still relatively high, could shave off a little bit. And right now, funding rates are going up. So you're paying to go long as the price is going down. Not quite sure how to interpret that, but we are at an inconsequential level. We want to see this get up to 0.1% for it to really mean that the buying is over, like we saw in this region over here. We're still extremely low, so definitely more of a question of, are we going to bounce or not from here? For that, I want to look at the lower term timeframes, and personally, based on what the dollar is doing, well, let's take it one step at a time here. So on this hourly breakdown, you can see we were in a bit of a sideways consolidation. which if you guys want to check out a free tutorial I did on market structure, talks about uptrends, downtrends, what is a sideways market consolidation, and then what is a breakout and a breakdown. Kind of go over those things in about a 15-minute video. I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys didn't get a chance to see that one, check it out. But after a little sideways consolidation, you break. And probably heading up to this 618 on the 4-hour, it is a little bit more present. We can get a bounce all the way up to 26.7, still being a nice downtrend. Really, the daily pivot now to flip momentum back to the upside is that 26.6 level, which is going to be right around here. 26.6. Yeah, that was the last major breakdown level coming back from this level. So as long as we're below there, pressure is on to the downside. And remember here, I want to make this a little bit easier to see. You can see we've been saying it the whole time. Don't fight the daily downtrend. As soon as that happened, we had our first lower low, lower high, and trend has just continued. So let the trend be the end. Let the trend be your friend till the end of the trend until it breaks, right? And so now that we're in this downtrend, this is the major pivot line that we're looking to break. Once that breaks to the upside, you'd want to see something kind of in this fashion. Once we break, come back, retest, and then take it on onwards and upwards. If we are going to break to the upside, we always want to prepare for that because, it can always happen at a moment's notice. But while the NASDAQ is selling off a bit, it's popping back up here. Put in a nice green candle, kind of to the surprise right now. Typically, when you get a big green, really you'd want to wait for that closure back above 14,632 on an hourly time frame. On the 4-hour, which has not closed yet, is going to look bullish, and that would just be another higher low and kind of a perfect retest. And what I was saying based on the daily is we're getting to the point where this thing is going to lose momentum, and that is going to be when volatility starts to decrease on the daily time frame. Going to be a big indicator that short-term pullback is on its way. And why else would the stock market be rallying right now? Well, let's take a look at Dixie. And Dixie on the day needs to flip 104.43, which is going to be this level right here. Otherwise, probably going to pull back on the first pass. And like we said, we want to make higher lows above this area right here. That is the 0.5 and the 618. And as long as we do that, pressure is on to the upside. Remember, the dollar typically moves slow. So this last explosive move over the last month, kind of an outlier, right? We don't see those very often. More often than not, the dollar is moving slow. So when you get the big rips to the upside, here's the one thing telling me as well that stock market could rally a bit more is the way the VIX is kind of in the abyss right now, this huge area. When the VIX goes down, typically you'll see NASDAQ go up, right? And so it's just, pretty much open free fall. Probably going to get a bounce right there. I want to see the reaction on the VIX right there. How's gold doing today? Gold's at 1958. And, like I've been saying, we need a world crisis for gold to crack and make that new all-time high to 2,300. Kind of our longer term target this year over the next 6 to 12 months. I think, one of those crises needs to happen. Silver still down 24.50. And I don't have time to do a deep analysis on this one. Other one I wanted to check in on is Ethereum. So perhaps, testing the trend line, putting in a massive higher low, and it's onwards and upwards from here. But again, level in the sand for this one, 1750. If Ethereum does start to lose that level, it's not going to be pretty. And last thing I will check in on, I think we kind of covered it yesterday, but 3-day volatility is still declining, even though we had a 3-day closure yesterday. Do we get a bounce off of this, green 55 on the first pass? Yep, it looks like we are at the moment. 2-day volatility is up, and we just want to see this really start to get a positive slope on the moving average. And I think that will set this next move in motion. And we still have momentum crossed to the downside, just barely though, above 26.7, which is also the daily pivot. You're going to see a lot of things start to switch around to the upside. So interesting to see what happens to crypto and the FOMC rates going over the next week and a half. Over the next week and a half is going to be critical for the month of June and probably even July. So let's keep a close eye on it. Thanks, guys, so much for checking in today. If you have questions, post a comment below, and I will be back tomorrow with some more crypto updates. Take care and have a blessed day.